Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the booth. Special guest here, of course, Cody. It's great to see you. And Mr. Big Randall.
Guys, it's good to be in the booth.
I mean,
Welcome to the dojo, brother.
Thank you.
I mean, true dojo
Thank you,
up here.
Sensei.
Guys,
Thank you, Sensei.
we are coming to you not live, but very much alive at Dornoch Station. Can I say this? Love when a hotel has an alternate name, Station.
Yeah, it's pretty
Great name.
sweet.
What do you think of the wallpaper?
I like it. I like
I
the
don't know.
carpet. I like
Couple bird action, some good flowering going on. Do you know who would appreciate that?
Solly.
Mr. Jeezy, of course.
Of course. We
Shout out to
always
Mr. Jeezy.
have to
Welcome
shout out.
back to the booth. We're in Scotland, but Neil, who do we got to thank first?
Of course, we got to give a shout out to Rhoback. Spring has kicked into full gear, guys. The gorse
Spring is fucking here, dog.
well, the gorse is blooming, for sure. The spring's hit northern Scotland, the
Tarp-
Highlands of
tarps
Scotland,
off.
for sure. I'll just get right to it, guys. I've been wearing this Tailwind sports shirt. I've gotten four compliments today over the last, I'd say, 12 to 14 hours on this here shirt. Lightweight button down from Rhoback. I'm going to shout that out. Randy, of course, has a Hezzy hoodie on. Lightweight, breathable. I mean, guys, lives in that thing right there. Nice color on you, Randy.
Thank you. I think it brings out my my skin color.
And
about this
Cody,
for options?
yeah, we got a. Is this the Delta vest?
I think it's just the lightweight vest.
Lightweight vest from Rhoback. The Tailwind polos are also fantastic. And you got the Delta pants, you got the Delta Looper shorts.
Good shorts.
Great shorts. Wore those a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Rhoback.com, RHOBACK.com. Randy,
You guys don't even know this.
what?
I got the Rhoback boxers on today.
Whoa!
Oh,
Review?
Been riding in comfort. We had a long car ride. Needed something comfy. It's been great.
It was 6 hours and 2 minutes from Campbelltown up to Dornoch today, but RHOBACK.com, Rhoback. Use code TRAP, TARP, for 20% off your next order.
You
by the
rocked
end of
it.
the week.
Maybe we move that mic position. You know, we're
too
working with
low.
wireless here. We'll kind of point it up, so at least it's trying to catch those
Okay.
the voice while it's coming out there.
Oh, please. All right, gentlemen. Is that better?
They put it upside down.
Is this upside down? Okay, sorry. Well, it doesn't clip well. Hold,
You
please.
can magnet that thing. Advances in technology. Big. I was in the car all day with Big. He's all over me about my technology choices, trying to get me schooled up.
Well, we're gonna
Get to
talk-
that
That's a little
later.
teaser. I
Yeah,
was
we're
gonna
gonna
say.
talk a little bit about that. I have a couple of mea culpas though I want to get through from our last episode. I had two separate boothies reach out.
Okay.
Randy, are you
boothers.
familiar with the Baron? What I thought were the Berenstain Bears children's books? You read those growing up?
Oh, yes, loved them actually.
Me too. No Girls Allowed. I mean, there's like 30 of them, right?
Now you got me thinking. Before you apologize, I know them as the Berenstain Bears.
Steen.
Berenstain Bears.
So
Yeah.
spell that for me.
Steen.
No, Berenstain. Just spell the word.
I'm seeing it as BERNS. Let's call it STEIN.
Okay. So similar to me, I always read it as BEREN. Same STEIN. Berenstain
No,
with an A.
no.
Yeah, confirmed. Two separate listeners looked it up. It has an A. I know. Blew me away. And then Jordan, because we wrote about this in the NLU newsletter,
Right.
She was like, hey, I kind of had the urge to correct that, but she thought she didn't want to call me off the shop.
Yeah, you can't-
Neil intimidates.
can't
No,
go
no,
at the
no.
box.
I didn't say. She didn't bring it to me or anything,
Listen.
but I sent the email
Been
through
there
from a
before,
listener.
Jordan.
Really thoughtful, two thoughtful emails from
Culture
listeners.
From the HR guy.
Of, hey, that's not fair. That's just not. That's not how it is at all. But Stain, Berenstain.
Berenstain.
I know.
God, I just don't remember.
I don't
ever
see that. When I
hearing it
picture
that
the
way.
books, you see the cursive writing
Yeah.
of the books, the whole thing. So I want to apologize. I mean, I'm post pronunciation canceling, but that one, I want to put a hand up for that one. 'cause
Let
that
me
was
hop on that. mea
Yeah, for
culpa with
sure.
you.
I think
Yeah.
every librarian, bookstore owner, it's been rocking Bernstein.
I thought Berenstain Bears. Like, I thought it was.
Would have lost a lot of money on wagering on
I know.
that.
I know. And then we didn't talk about it in the booth, but I have been vocal. My other mea culpa here. Vocal about. I am a fan. Like, I'm not a fan of the New York Knicks. Okay, this is kind of place. New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals, but privately,
You've been down on them.
I didn't think the core of Brunson and Cat and Josh Hart. I was like, they're never going to get out of the East. They're not going to get to the finals. I just never. Heliocentric basketball with Brunson, a guy that's 6 foot, maybe 6'1". Your best player. I always thought Cat was a ball stopper. Then they hire Mike Brown. Like all year, I've been like, nah. I mean, like fun team, but like this isn't it. They're gonna have to blow it up at some point. I was wrong. And Randy, where do you stand? I mean, let me say this. I've been super impressed with Karl Anthony Towns specifically. I want to give him his flowers. Just running the offense through that guy, his passing.
Well, I think that's a key difference, honestly. I feel like they've utilized him as more of I call it a point center, point forward, but running the offense through him has lessened that just, everybody stand around and watch Jalen Brunson try to create and finish. So I'm with you. I do like Mike Brown. Seems like a good man.
Seems to come up as an assistant on a lot of big staffs.
Yeah.
So clearly has the respect of the coaching community.
Was part of those really good Warriors teams with Steve Kerr. I enjoyed him in Sacramento. I'm with you. It helps, though, in your defense. The top 2 seeds losing.
Yeah.
The Knicks kind of had a clear path this year to the finals.
I mean, what a dumpster fire the Cavs turned into as well. Like,
that James Harden stink, man.
I feel like Donovan Mitchell's a little bit of a pretender too.
Yeah, but and they
high twitch. But
I was going to ask you, who are you? You're not a Knicks fan. Are you still kind of a Warriors fan, or do you have?
I mean, I really, really enjoy. I just really respect Steve Kerr, Steph, Draymond. If he's on your squad, like hell yeah. I mean, they're in just a doom loop though, with Jimmy Butler like. Just tough age on a lot of mileage on that whole roster. Steve Kerr kind of half in, half out, like re-signs, but don't feel great about that. Young core in Atlanta though.
Exciting.
We like that.
Yeah.
I want to say though, for the Knicks, like I was wrong, and I didn't say that publicly. Like I haven't been dogging the Knicks publicly, but it's something like quietly I've been struggling with. Like man, I was wrong about this one. Now, Spurs and the Thunder. Either or, I feel like they kind of roll in the finals.
I think they should. The question is, and we're recording this before Game 6, so who knows what's going to happen. But I think the Knicks are sitting there just hoping the Spurs and Thunder beat the shit out of each other here, make it as physical. Let's go Game 6. I think that's the Knicks' best chance. Is you guys just beat on each other for 7
Somebody
games.
gets hurt.
And then, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Similar to the Pacers taking them to 7. Everybody thought the Pacers were going to get swept last year. Anyway, those are my 2 big mea culpas. Cody, you got anything you want to get off your chest?
Well, I do have something to add to that conversation. And this is a moment of vulnerability here. You guys just had this entire conversation about the NBA. I have no fucking clue what you were talking about. Half the people that you said, no clue. Until you got to the Warriors. And I was like,
when Randy, after dinner, and I was
Sometimes I feel that way when they start talking golf.
For sure. But this is the thing is that, like, I think about it all the time. I can usually hang in football. I watch NFL. I watch college. NBA, I can't tell you, maybe 15 years since I watched a game.
Yeah.
I have no clue who like anyone is unless they've risen to like a certain level. And that's not gonna worry me. I want to be included in like guy conversations about stuff sometimes.
I think what's fascinating, I think
too much stuff.
I was listening to Simmons with Derek Thompson. This is probably like a year ago, and he had a take that I was like, man, I feel seen. I don't watch a whole lot of NBA, but I listen to a lot of NBA podcasts. So I almost follow it from the way that TC follows baseball.
Yeah.
I follow the NBA. So like I kind of just I track all the I have a very working knowledge of the league, but and then in New York I've seen enough Knicks games to be like I don't think this is gonna work like that. That's kind of and I'm like man I've just been proven wrong up to this point with the way the Knicks have played, but I don't have time to watch NBA like I used to, but I just have this. I feel like institutional knowledge of it, and then you just listen to, Zach Lowe and
Zach Lowe's
Simmons,
great.
and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I feel like I know what the Timberwolves are doing, and I understand like, okay, this Western Conference Final is like kind of must like if I am near a TV, I should watch this.
Sure.
And I have a feeling like a feel for all the role players in that area. I feel like you're watching the most NBA of the three of us.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're admitting to things, I watch.
We are.
Is the boo.
Yeah, I watch. I've actually started because my Kings, I was a massive Kings fan. They were just dog shit this year, dreadful, to the point where I'm not sure I watched more than 2.5 games after New Year's of theirs. Started watching much more Nuggets games, but I guess what I'm saying is until you really get to the playoffs, I'm not watching that many like national games. If it's a Nuggets national game, yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think I'm certainly not consuming a lot of like all of the NBA either. I kind of have a few teams I follow and I see their opponent, so you get a feel as they play all the teams. But it's impossible to watch everything. Nobody can do
Also
that.
funny to think, kind of a weird cyclical spot for the NBA in general, with all the tanking stuff.
Yeah.
Like I feel like basically up till COVID, NBA was so hot, like peak LeBron, Steph, that whole Warriors run. And I feel like now there's a lot of like, who is the, Wemby's on the rise. Obviously Shea's like, the MVP, but
It's a changing of the guard. From
the league is
LeBron.
down a little bit as far as like, Adam Silver used to be the golden boy, and now I feel like he's on the hot seat. It's funny how these leagues rise and fall. Even the PGA Tour, it's like, man, we were struggling with the PGA Tour for a while, and now it's like, okay, roll-ups, it feels like they have momentum. The momentum with leagues is a whole thing, not just teams. And I feel like the NBA momentum is like, the tide's going out a little bit.
We'll say my only knowledge, it's a good point in bringing up podcasts, and that's where you're getting your updates and trying to figure out. Netflix had this show called Starting Five.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
But that's like the only reason why I know any of these current names, and it was only 5 people. And that was 2-3 years ago now. I don't know if they didn't get enough people to sign up for it or whatnot, but that's the only way I know Anthony Towns or the guy in Minnesota, or the guy from the Kings, I think.
Right, Sabonis was
That's it.
They literally was just reading about this. They passed the new anti-tanking rule, so they're trying to combat it. I think there's a little weird dynamic where the best team last year, maybe going to win it again this year, is in Oklahoma City. When your best team's in a small market, it's just a different dynamic. So
Doesn't help.
yeah, but it is what it is. It's a bit of a transition phase, I think, for the league, but they'll.
Cody, what you're bringing up is why, like, I watched Full Swing this year with golf, and obviously,
Didn't you say you enjoyed that?
yeah. When I tried to have an open mind about it, of like, I
Be the one positive review.
That's what I just. I
no.
just read
Well, I
something
liked
like,
it better that it was like 4 episodes instead of 8. I didn't feel like there was as much fat. I was comparing it to the last season, which I thought was awful, season 2. But I always try to look at it like, this is not for me.
Right.
Correct.
It's like for the starting 5. Like for you, it's like, oh man, I never knew who Karl Anthony Towns was.
Yep.
It's like nobody knows who Chris Goddard is, and it's like, well, they show him like working out. I'm like, well, he's like the guardiest guy on tour. Like, I don't know if the gym is like, is that
Is that
right?
the best scene we could have come up?
Yeah, like I don't think that's right. But I almost try to watch it to pick up stuff like that now.
Sure.
Full Swing specifically. So,
Sure.
but nice to know that the Netflix show's having a.
Well, it did. They didn't bring it back, so I don't know if it's working or not.
Didn't
They also
go
have the
well.
other like a quarterback version, for the NFL for a couple seasons.
That's still going.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. I like some of that stuff, and you're right. If it's reaching a bigger audience, then
But if I may, just because it draws on something we were talking about in the car, Cody, the NBA, I mean, sports in general, right? Obviously, the games are important. They're fun to watch, but my wife, I was telling Cody, my wife loves Bravo TV.
Sure.
And I watch a lot of
and
sports.
now you do.
Right. And so if we're not watching sports, it's like, hey, why don't you throw on one of your shows? And I can get into it once you explain, like, this person hates this person. They have this weird beef history. But that's how she gets into sports. She wants
Yeah.
to know the
Yes.
interpersonal, like who's beefing with who. Why does this person, like, why do the fans hate him? Like, she doesn't really care who wins the game, but like once you explain every dynamic and, you know, the interpersonal stuff, it becomes a lot more interesting. And I think that's, you know, you don't have to watch the games to kind of keep up with just this person got in a fight with this person hates the coach, those two are beefing, like that.
I know.
That makes it fun,
and that's
too.
where the podcast come in. It's
Right.
like you're following the league as like an organism, like as a soap,
Right.
like a
Exactly.
just traveling
it's
circus.
kind of just a reality TV show.
I'm like, all right, I you know, and just like kind of the post-mortem on like why the Celtics lost. It's like, oh, they were just jacking threes. Okay. And you know, Derek White didn't play good. He played great the last few years, but he didn't play good this time.
Yeah.
So anyway, just wanted to get that Knicks stuff off my chest.
How fun is New York when the Knicks are
Oh
good?
my God. You almost like don't realize a little bit. Like when the Mets were good a couple years ago,
Yeah.
so many like dusty Mets hats came out in Brooklyn,
Sure.
and I was like, "You guys are clowns." I don't feel that way with Knicks fans. I'm like, "Man, you guys are psychos."
Yeah.
You know, like there's a deep passion for
I was going to say,
New York
there's an
basketball.
excitement there
Yes.
that's genuine.
Genuine. I think genuine is the right word, and it's been a long time. I mean, like what 1999 is like the last time I had a like legitimately good team.
Last time they made the finals.
Yeah.
We were talking ball in the car, and he's like, "Oh, since he moved to Dallas, have you like gotten into any of the Dallas teams?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, like I had a couple opportunities to get tickets for like Cowboys games, right? But I'm not going to go by myself. I'm not going to use a date night for it. And I sure as heck ain't going to take all three kids because they have the attention spans of like this table right now.
And football,
And
tough sport in person.
For sure. Not
Yeah.
only that, but like who knows who you're sitting next to or anything else like that. And then we talked about the Mavs, and I'm like, just tough timing, right? Cuban sells it, thinks he's like makes this incredible deal, and now like is very vocal about how much he regrets it, the worst decision he's ever made. Granted, he made quite a bit of money off of it, but like openly states at least that
Yeah.
he would give it all back if he could. You know, just is kind of heartbroken about what's turned into it. And then I was like, the only thing that's kind of stuck that we feel something for is like the Stars and like an incredible run.
Hockey?
Yeah. That they
Puck.
went on and
Talking puck.
yeah, we got into that, and I was like, it's kind of bleak. And I think the purpose of it was, and he was talking about the Reds, and like, you want your kids to kind of have the same feelings, at least the same like teams,
Sure.
to be into it. And I don't know, it's something I got to work on. I know Biggie's already working
There's a
on it, so-
lineage of the women in my family have been big Cincinnati Reds fans, and with now having a daughter myself,
Yeah.
like baseball is the one thing, and the Reds specifically, Kat just cannot. She doesn't care. But I'm
Sure.
like, I need you to model being a baseball fan so our daughter can continue that baseball fan. Like I want her. She doesn't have to be diehard, but like I want her to enjoy going to a game. Maybe when she grows up, she'll listen to it on the radio, like my sister, my mom
like
did.
her old
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
For sure. Hey, before we get going, any updates on the house? Yard, landscaping projects? I know you're grinding before we hit the road. Anything you want to call out? Because I think that's the last place we left some booth talk at.
I mean, things like the green is popping. I mean, it's blooming back there. Like, things grow fast.
For sure.
Really, really
All that
fast.
winter work,
in
you
the
realize
wetlands.
how
Yeah,
quick it goes
my
away.
path. I, you know, trap draw goal was like, I want to circumnavigate the yard. We got that, but like, it's going to be the lost old Tom pretty soon.
Did I
You
even
know?
talk about building a causeway?
He did
Today, today I was talking
Yeah,
about
that
that
would be
because
sick.
over the, I thought about that. I'm like, man, I'd love to like have a raised platform to, you know, when you go to like a nature center.
Those are cool.
I
Yeah.
think they're so sick,
Yeah.
you know, but that heavy work's got to wait till the winter when things like die off again. I will say this, another just a true thrill and delight, Randy. So we're talking ticks last episode.
Dude.
Since then, couple things. One, 60 Minutes, big
Yes.
profile on ticks in Nantucket.
People seeding ticks?
Carson watched it and was like, I'm terrified of it. Like, sent me the clip. I'm like, yeah, I know. Not good. But also like knowing that some some scientists are working on this. That hey, maybe if we can kill all the mice, like we can introduce some predators on these mice, maybe that'll make a difference. So the deer have gotten everybody thought deer do have ticks on them,
Right,
but
they thought they
they're
were-
not the host organism.
Correct.
It's the field mice. Regardless, watch that 60 Minutes if you haven't. It's fantastic. So I'm talking about ticks and just living kind of in the country. Guy reaches out to me. I'm not gonna say his name, but from the pest control company in the area, he's like, "Hey man, big listener."
Great listener to have.
Local
Oh,
pest control company.
would
Is
listen.
In the New Jersey area, he's like, "Hey, would love let me know if I can send somebody out to."
We'll love
And I was
that.
like, "Yo, check it out. Your boys were here like 2 weeks ago, And I was like, and they did a great job. Because we were working on the house, bugs, some mice, we got traps set up, everything like. But I like the way they were thorough, and I was like, okay. So we signed up for like the monthly. Hey, call us anytime. If there's any issues. Knowing Carson, I'm like, there's gonna be some more. We're gonna see a bug. It's like call them. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna pay for this now, and get the kind of free. He's like, hey, let me know if I can send somebody out. I'm like, oh, they're already here, whatever. And then like a week later, I was like, hey man,
We might need
what?
Sure.
We should talk about the ticks.
Yeah, for
After the
sure.
60 Minutes thing, I'm like, can send one of your boys out to just let us know if we can spray the upper yard. You know what I mean? Like, so we're working the problem.
Good.
To answer your question. I put some more of my slat walls up in the garage.
Good.
I was really happy about
Great
that.
progress.
I got a couple saws, but I don't feel super. I got a skill saw and a jigsaw, and I'm, cutting straight lines. I'm still kind of, you don't want to waste these slat walls and cut.
For sure. The franchise
So
was
I'm-
up for a little bit. Did he help you out at all?
I
Or are
didn't
those
put that on his
separate-
agenda.
separate
I
projects?
kind of didn't want to
Yeah.
I wanted him working, like walking the dog.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep the franchise
I know he
focused.
tends to creep a little bit.
Yeah. So I did not put that project on his plate. No, but I feel good about. We're at a good stasis with the property. We feel. It's very. There's a long list of things I'd like to do, but I'm sitting tight for now.
Yeah, nothing you need to do.
Nothing we need exactly. We don't need to do any of this stuff.
You brought up the ticks. I haven't had this many ticks
You pulled one off you today.
on my body.
Well, I asked.
in years. I've found 5 ticks on this trip.
It's like this whole latitude around the world is just.
Huh.
It's
I don't know
nuts.
if they're carrying Lyme over here. That's the difference.
Listen, I don't want to find out. Okay.
I know.
Still, you find somebody that's like, sucking on you,
I know.
and it is a struggle
But
to get off.
It's
and
not
I
the ticks,
understand.
It's the Lyme. That
I know.
Takes me out, man.
But there's only one way to find that out.
I know. That's the scary part.
And
isn't
that ain't good. So yeah, I mean, we've been doing buddy chick tic tac or buddy
so fun to
tick
it? Buddy
checks. But yeah, you always got to be on top of it. What about you? What do you got going on at the homestead? Huh? You were talking flowers the other day. He's telling me about his backyard. I don't know.
We're developing a list for my father-in-law. He's going to be out most of June. Here's my problem. We live in a rental house, and our backyard is dead. Kat and I.
We've lost it.
Yeah, and I think Kat and I, this is the second yard that has just gone. So it's an us problem, I think.
Yeah.
Now, I emailed our landlord. My father-in-law had an idea. It's just a rectangular piece of, not very big.
Are we talking grass, shrubs,
It was
flowers?
grass.
Okay.
I'm talking about the grass right now.
Okay.
There's some landscaping to just, put some flowers, make it pretty. But this rectangular piece of land, I want to say, he measured it out. It was like just shy of like 250 square feet, like not big. He was like, email your landlord, see, I'll put down fake grass.
Okay.
Yeah, just so it's green.
We're already in a drought in Denver.
Yeah,
so
correct.
1, works great with water management.
Yep.
2, we're not going to kill fake grass. He didn't seem too hot on it, which now has me like, I don't want to sink money into a rental yard.
Sure.
So what's going on with
But
the
we
grass?
want to hang out back there.
Yeah.
Did you
And
try? Did you kill it? Did you put something down on it? Like, did you try to be like, oh, I need to spruce this up?
No,
Let me.
you know, quite honestly, what I think happened, we just haven't given it enough water. I think the yards that do well in Denver have the automatic watering systems that come up in the mornings to get water on it early, and then, you know, it gets hot as shit in the summer. We're trying to water it like you would a Midwest yard, where it's like, we're done with work at 5. We better put the sprinkler on the yard. Yeah, so I just think we were always playing from behind. Arthur's taking pisses out there.
Oh, that's killing my grass.
I know.
Killing it.
So it's just, it's
Two
tough.
black labs peeing all over the place. I got spots everywhere.
But because it's
doesn't
not
sound
mine,
like it's
I don't
done.
want to invest. Like, I
Well,
don't
you shouldn't
wanna,
have to,
Yeah.
unless you know you damaged it. It doesn't seem like that's the case.
This might be incriminating, but yeah.
Well, how about the Turf Master? I know you're a little stressed out. You're on the road for a little while.
Well, it is a spot of bother for sure. My grass was so dialed when I left. Got down to a 1/4 inch, green as could possibly be.
People taking pictures as they're walking their dogs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people lately who just like stop when they're walking their dogs and just like
that's so
stare at
sick.
it.
That's a hard
And the
compliment.
reason is not so much the grass, but Yara and I, we put a ton of time and money into completely redoing the front of the 2 flower beds and like hedgerows that we have in the front of the house, which have been awesome. We put new shrubs in, you know, a couple different flowering bushes, some flowers that are out there. And everything was just like popping and in full bloom, and the grass it was awesome. So we're on the road for, I don't know,
9 days
9
here.
days here, and then I'm going on family vacation
you
after
get a
this
Disney cruise
for
coming.
another 7 days. So it's going to be a long time. So it's going to take me a bit because I'm going to have to gradually step it down because it's going to get long.
Yeah.
And I can't just scalp it off and then it'll take a
But
month
then
for it
his
to
neighbor
recover.
offered
I may have cut it too short at a time. Yeah,
Well, there you go.
these are just all mistakes.
His neighbor's like, hey,
You're
I'll come over.
incriminating yourself.
Yeah.
I'll come over and cut it for you. And Cody's like,
I just don't think
He hasn't seen this guy's product yet.
for sure.
Doesn't know if that's.
That makes sense.
He's a new recruit to my little lawn mafia. That I
Coach him
have,
up.
and I'm in the process. I just
Okay.
don't know if I want him to mess with my product.
Not yet.
We can continue to coach, teach, mentor his stuff. I just don't know if I need it on mine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
It'll take, a week to recover, and
I-
then we'll be back at it. But on the shrubs and flowers, we put them in. The second day that we had them down, tornado came through. Well, didn't touch down around us. Everything was fine. This is when you guys were in England, I think.
Yeah.
Tornado came through. We didn't have power for a couple days, but the wind was so strong, and all those shrubs and the flowers were such freshly planted flowers.
Oh,
Gone. The whole base of them and everything, just completely out of the soil. So I got new ones, right? And the landscaping place that I bought all this stuff from, the nursery, super nice, understood, gave me new plants to put back in there, had them dialed. We went to PGA Championship, came back, fucking rabbits,
Oh, you were telling me this.
mowed them down.
You didn't know
Literally.
what was going on for a while until you
Yes.
saw one of them.
Like completely gone. So I go back to the same, nursery, and I'm like, I got a rabbit issue, dog. And I paid good money for this stuff. And he's like, dude, don't worry about it. He's like, we're not supposed to cover like this many, but like we'll cover you again. So I get new
Tornadoes and rabbits.
dog, we gotta draw.
Don't
a
come.
line
Don't
somewhere.
don't come
Yeah.
back for anything else.
Yeah.
I put, he gives me the flower, put flowers back in there, and they take off, and they look great now. But I've spent probably like, I don't know, maybe like $200 in like different rabbit and deer like scent sprays, all over my property.
Yeah.
Everything is just caked in this right now. So that's actually what my concern is, that we get, late May.
The scent goes away.
The scent goes away from rain or from too much sprinkler or something like that. These rabbits just feast on the kid.
Dude, my parents get just dominated by like deer.
Yeah.
My dad's finally gonna put a deer fence in.
That
It's
happens to my
man, it was like
parents,
30
yeah.
years he's been
Yeah.
living there. I'm like, man, I'm surprised you didn't have one like this anytime sooner. But it seems like it hasn't been an issue until now. I downloaded an app recently. It says it's called Picture. No, is that right? Yeah, Picture This. I and I know you could probably do this on just with like any AI. Randy, I know you hate that stuff.
We can talk a little AI.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Take a picture of a plant. It tells you what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm constantly
less water, need
Yeah. This is a
nutrient
weed. This is
deficiency.
kind of known as a weed.
Yeah.
This is not like. And I've just been in the morning going around doing the walk around the yard.
Yeah.
Even as it's kind of growing up around me, and just taking pictures like, what's that? And I'm like, because I got so it turns out I've got a problem with running bamboo.
Ooh.
Okay. It like runs underground, and it just like pops up. It's like big shoots of it, and then
Like back in the property, or are we
yeah,
talking?
but starting to run up the hill towards my place.
Okay.
Not close to the foundation because did some
Yeah.
research. That's bad
For sure.
It's not near the house, but it's like
Creeping.
it's starting to creep up the hill. I'm like, whoa, this stuff's coming. It's running uphill, Randy. We don't like that.
We don't
so,
like that.
but this, called Picture This is the app, and I'm like, I'm digging it. And
Picture this.
another-
You're fucked.
yeah.
Your foundation.
No, because then I talked to a
Picture this.
landscaping guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, if you really want to get rid of it, we gotta like get an excavator
Yeah.
out here and dig it
Yeah,
all out
dig it
and
all
lay
out.
like a
Yep.
tarp down." I'm like, "Dog, don't tell me that." So that's gonna be like a.
Oh, we got ticks.
We're gonna-
we got
that's a later
bamboo,
problem,
we
okay?
got-
So in the positive column, I did put up a hummingbird feeder.
Oh. Have you gotten
And
any yet?
I got a real good wind chime from my Aunt Patty. It was a wedding gift that was on the registry. Dude. Aunt Patty just
That's nice.
sent us an awesome wind chime. I always said to her, I was like, when I buy a house, this will be one of the first things I hang, and I accomplished that goal. Put up a hummingbird feeder right next to it, out over the back patio.
You send a picture.
No action
Okay.
until-
that's what oh.
Monday. When did we leave for this trip? Sunday?
Yeah.
So the Monday, so like a week before we left, it's like 6 a.m. I'm up early, and I see a hummingbird just flying.
go.
I see flying back. I'm like, oh! It was such a thrill. Such a thrill.
Small thrills.
I'm not a huge
You gotta
bird
take
guy,
what you can
but I got a
get.
lot of like hawks,
that's
and
not-
it's fun to
that's
watch
good.
the birds of prey
Yeah,
circle
yeah.
above my yard, and but the hummingbirds are awesome. The way they fly backwards, and that's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen any other action, but I saw one hummingbird. So hopefully he'll tell his friends, and they'll come hang out.
That just tripped my memory. We were on a walk just in our neighborhood, a few blocks from us, and my wife actually saw it. There was an owl
Yeah,
up in the tree, which is cool in and of
good,
itself.
good mouse tick predator.
True.
Yeah,
And then she noticed a baby owl had been separated from mama owl and was down in this bush. And not knowing what to do, called animal services, and they sent a lady out, and we thought it was going to be like, oh my gosh, what are they going to do? This is going to be interesting. Let's stick around. The lady just goes, grabs it, sticks it up in the tree.
I was like, we could have done that. Shit, I could have done
goes, grabs it, gives it to Randy for Randy.
Yeah.
For Randy to
I was like, I
play
could
with.
have done that. But they come for owls because they're predators, and
Yes.
they want to,
Preserve the ecosystem.
Exactly. So
Dang. Good on you for calling somebody in, though.
I was gonna, sorry, I was gonna ask you. I had two things for you, but
Come on,
not that important. Well,
you don't remember him?
one was if you had gotten hummingbirds yet. Oh, you were talking about your aunt giving you a nice gift offer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So fun when somebody goes off script and it's like turns out to be like a wonderful gift.
All right, funny story. This was early 2022, living at the Kill House. This big, like narrow, heavy ass box shows up, and TC's over at the Kill House with Carson and I. And I'm like opening up, and we used to get a lot of stuff.
You
the
never
Kill House.
knew what
We
would
kinda
show up,
was
which
like,
is awesome.
Yeah, but like stuff would just show up, and
Yeah.
I pulled out this because it's a big, hulking thing,
Okay.
like vertical with bars on the sides, and like 3 gongs on it. Like it's heavy, and I pulled this thing out. TC probably still has the video of like me lifting it up, and we kind of thought it was just from a listener.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? I'm like looking for a note. There's no note. I'm like, is somebody, trying to
Somebody messing with
maybe
us.
maybe a product for the trap draw advertising? We've advertised some stuff.
Sure,
We're gonna get to
sure.
one shortly. So it's like, what?
Hang
That's
tight.
that hang tight for that. That's out of left field. And so TC posts this on Instagram, like a little story of me just holding this wind chime. And
Sure,
it's like,
yeah.
yeah, and my mom immediately
you
texts
got it.
both of us. I mean, she didn't miss a beat. It was like 5 minutes later. She's like, "That's from your Aunt Patty. That's a wedding gift. Take that down."
Oh, really?
And my Aunt Patty, I love her, but she's a kook, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so we were like, what? And she's like, yeah, that's from, she lives up in Western Mass, and it's like probably some handmade, you
Does she
know.
know Janet?
Gosh, you might. It's up in that same area. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. And so that wind chime has been, I sent that home with my parents from Jackson. I was like, I want you to,
hope I get to
I
use
want you to
that.
keep
Yeah.
this in
Yes.
my like
Yeah.
childhood bedroom closet.
Yeah.
And then when I moved in this house last October, they drove up with some my dad gave me like the saw, and,
Yeah.
like some extra tools, and my mom wanted to get rid of some shit.
Big boy in his first house.
Exactly. And I was like, I said to her, I was like, make sure you bring that wind chime. I got unfinished business with that wind chime.
Yeah.
So
Did you
I'll take a
send her a
picture of it
new
when I get
picture?
home.
Okay. All right.
I immediately sent my Aunt Patty
Okay,
a picture
good.
of like, I told you that I was gonna hang this, and it's like it's a primo spot,
Good.
like with the view. It's like it's money.
A nice chime to it.
Oh my god! And it's actually useful. Like you hear that thing chime, you know it's windy.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't chime for anything. Like there needs to be a healthy breeze
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
any
That's
music out of that.
That's a good one.
So it's like kind of a weather vane.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like telling me like, yo, it's windy.
Do you know useful stuff when you don't really think you need it, but you never know? If you do, probably our next sponsor.
Oh, Hundo P. Hundo P. Shout out.
Cody might not watch much NBA, but that was a
That was an
perfect
absolute.
alley-oop
He's
right there.
jelly fam, right? I want to give a shout out to Mux and McClure, the CTO of NLU. He's also the CTO of Mux, or maybe the VP of infrastructure. He is the co-founder of Mux.
What do
Okay,
you
the
think
trap
he-
draw,
What do you think he puts top of the resume if he ever?
100% Mux.
I'm just joking.
But he has gotten into some spots where people are like, golfers. He's like, oh yeah, I work with No. They're like, huh? Like, yeah. Let me get to hold on. We'll get to that in a second.
Let him
The
pick.
Trap Draw is
Sorry.
brought to you by Mux, the official video infrastructure of golf adjacent podcasts. No one appreciates a good piece of infrastructure like the team here at the Trap Draw. That's true.
That is true.
Mux is not a video production company. Mux is in the business of making video behave. Why is this important? If you're building anything in the digital space and video is part of it, you'll realize very quickly that the little things add up and can go wrong. Things such as your thumbnail pulls some completely useless frame where someone appears to be mid-seizure. You can't get the scrubber to land on the portion of your video you actually want to watch, or your live stream blows up when people are actually showing up. We've had that problem before.
Experience.
All those small details add up. That's the difference between, yeah, it kind of works, and, oh, this is legit. Mux can handle all of that. They can generate these thumbnails. They make scrubbing smooth and instant. They make sure your video loads fast and keeps working when scale shows up. And underneath all that, they're treating your video as data. A lot of analytics with Mux. You know that from talking to McClure. Mux robots are their pre-built AI workflows that give you summarizations, key moments, and content moderation. Right? I know you love that. So you could try to build all of this yourself. You could duct tape together a few different tools and hosting platforms. You could spend weeks tuning load times, messing with encoding, and trying to catalog everything. Or you could just let Mux handle it. Go check them out, mux.com/NLU. Use code NLU50 for a $50 credit. That's mux.com/NLU. We use Mux for the Nest videos.
And I think
We
we,
do,
should
that's-
call out it's MUX.
MUX.
Yes.
MUX.com/NLU.
That's
Matt,
a very good call out because people are like, what is this? What are they reading it? If you go to nullayingup.com and watch any of the videos that are on there, that's with the Mux plugin.
Well, basically, if you want to host any video that's not on YouTube, if you don't just want to embed YouTube, you should use Mux. That's basically the point. We're hoping a few tech decision makers back from my old days in software. I think there's some Trap Draw listeners that are tech decision makers. If you're trying to host video on your website,
For sure.
give McClure a call.
The only thing I
Mux.com.
remember from your sales days, you're just trying to find the decision
Just
maker.
one. That's all it takes with that enterprise stuff, man. It's crazy. But it's hard. I mean, it's hard to host video. I mean, we're up here filming in Scotland. We've got some absolute gig monsters on this trip. You know, trying to pack it. Like, you're flying the drone from dawn to dusk. How do you feel being the?
Our guy's
being in the
nice
Air
on the
Force?
sticks, by the way.
I gotta think you're getting the 10,000 hours in, man. Are you getting? Are you doing anything creative? With
I'm not gonna
sticks?
lie. This sort of sauce is a lot easier for me.
Sure.
Like this is a lot nicer assignment. outside of logistics and everything else like that. But yeah, no complaints. Very good. And I think just the places that we're going, the weather that we've had so far has just been unbelievable. Couldn't have been.
I know you're almost like you feel guilty if you don't have the drone.
Yeah, for sure. Running out of battery. Batteries have been an issue.
I mean, it feels like you got that thing in the air at all times, which is
Trying.
sick.
Carrying mobile chargers and everything, just trying to keep the show
Are you
going.
hitting like the moving time lapses and stuff?
Of course.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Can't wait to see the
You've
footage.
seen a couple of the sneak peeks.
Well, I mean, we always talk a little shop on the booth. I feel like our, so we're on Toro Sauce. I feel like our operation season 10 has been more dialed than it's ever been. Do you guys feel that way?
100%.
I mean, we had a snafu in the plan today. We had to make a complete adjustment to the itinerary, and it was like we didn't miss a beat.
Well, that's because we had a rock solid plan. We had contingencies in place.
Yeah.
And the whole point of having contingencies is to fall back on them in case when you need to. So, quick pivot and you're on to the next one.
I know, and I think we're making use of the in-between times, like even recording this right now, and like there's enough slack in the rope, which is something we've been so bad at as a company, of just having any slack in the rope to like cover up some mistakes or some changes.
Having said that, it is almost midnight here. So time, because we get to sleep in tomorrow.
Sure.
So
All right, I got a couple
does-
questions for you guys.
Hold on, it does make sense, and I appreciate you shouting that out because I think there's a lot of time and effort that maybe everybody doesn't naturally think goes into it. I still think, just like when people joke around, it's like, you guys all used to
But
live
that's-
at the Kill House together. I'm like, no, this is like kind of a big thing, like trying to get, meals, heads in beds, vehicles, let alone just showing up to a tea time with like
And keeping the big man, the talent fresh.
the talent.
That
the
might
talent.
be the hardest thing.
It gets a little snippy. He hasn't slept in once. I think that's because I've kind of been.
I think we've been getting in
You
his
know.
rest though.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
Like at least the hours. I know we've
I
all
used to-
struggled. We've all struggled
No,
to sleep
good.
a little bit
Yeah.
the last 4
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Getting older.
I know.
I mean, it's hard to turn it off like that. You get done. It's exhausting all day, but then you like go lay in your bed and you're like kind of toss and turn for a little bit.
There's no AC over here.
The UK
Gets hot.
I get this is like such an American take, but like,
I don't
brothers,
get in the
like-
showers.
well, can we get some airflow? And I understand opening the window, but when you have all these little tiny bugs that are just feasting
Oh,
on
the
you,
midgies.
Oh,
fuck.
God,
Yeah.
the midgies were tough.
The
on-
toilets
on
have been
everything.
better this
yeah,
trip.
yeah,
though.
for sure.
Toilets have, but the so at least there's
He
been
was
shower
fast.
doors though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if you. Well,
He couldn't. His knees were sticking out of the door still. He couldn't fit in the shower. He was too
straight up couldn't fit in it.
was too tall.
It was tough.
Now, having said that, in his defense, it was only like probably like 4 inches above my head,
Yeah.
and I felt like cramped. And
It was a wee
I-
shower.
Yeah,
A wee shower. Yeah.
that's probably the only thing that got washed was the dawn. 'Cause his head was sticking out like a good foot.
No, you
foot
gotta
long.
like stay. Okay, let's wash the arm.
Yes,
Let's wash
of
the
course.
other arm.
Yeah.
His
You know,
butt sticking out the
one
door.
leg in the shower. Yeah.
Shimmying.
Whole bath is getting wet.
Just a
Not
disaster.
functional.
No. I
You
was
got a
gonna-
good one in Campbelltown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And where we are now is very good too. So I think that's behind us.
Well, but I
we're
do
good.
want to like I am a big I don't know, I get a lot of juice out of like continuous improvement. So even on a macro scale, like over the years, like have we gotten better at this?
Yeah.
Which is like, what is this? Taking the whole band on the road, and there's an expectation for us that we put on ourselves of like, we want to make this one better than the last one.
For sure.
So we put a lot of pressure on that. And but it's also like, well, we also don't want to burn the candle at both ends, and we can't quite do it like we used to.
Yeah.
But we're still trying to cover like literally two opposite ends of Scotland, and I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. And
Listen.
I'm fired up about that.
We traversed. We handled the issue today. We worked
Yeah.
the damn problem, and we're here. We're ready to go.
and
We don't
how-
got to move again.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
I might unpack. Put stuff in drawers.
Yeah.
That's a luxury.
I do appreciate you wanting to do the podcast in person. I'm big on like the more we can do things in the same room. I mean, look, we convinced this guy to fucking show
I know
up.
he volunteered. He's
I
like, you guys
know.
need me? We're like, Yeah,
call
love to
up.
have
You guys
you.
are my friends.
But that is a good example of where in the past we've gone on these trips, not just podcasts, but it looks good on paper or on the itinerary of like, oh, we can fit we'll do an NLU event and then we'll film
Yeah.
and then we'll go and do 3 podcasts. And it's like, and that's so efficient on paper, but your brain is in 3 places. It's like, okay, we're hosting and then now we're like acting. We're on camera, and then
Right.
now we're like analyzing. We're like podcasting.
Oh, yeah, we can do Masters live shows. That's fine.
So, but then again, it's like it's
We've
not.
had trips in the past where it's like, oh shit, we forgot about how are we gonna eat?
Yeah.
We forgot about dinner.
Especially over here because everything closes at like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit the Bangladeshi tandoori spot last night. Got lit up.
Clutch. We're lucky. I mean, without them, we wouldn't have had anything.
Without them,
I always thought on this subject is that I think like the highest compliment people can pay us is if it just looks easy, right? If it just looks, oh my God, you guys just rock up, play golf, and that without kind of knowing everything, that's the mark of a good show, a good presentation.
because like today would be a good example. There's not a lot of efficiency to be had. Like the golf, number one, golf's not efficient. Like as a sport, it just takes a long time, and we have never, not once, gone to a place and only played 6 holes.
Yeah.
Like, I think we got it.
We're
You know,
not
we
just putting eyes on it.
It's not like let's get 3 holes of us hitting shots and let's get some B-roll and we're out of here.
Right. Yeah.
Which I'm very proud of that, but that's not efficient. Like there is a consultant that could come in and say like, no, you should not do that anymore.
Right.
And we don't like. I don't forget what my second point there was, but that one was the big one.
I agree, though. Those consultants are dumb anyway.
Well,
There's too much heart and soul in this.
Yeah.
Oh
you
no,
can
the other
look
thing
at
I was going
anything.
to say was like today was a good example. We had a 6-hour drive from Campbelltown, and we broke it up into like 90-minute chunks where we did some off the course stuff. We saw Nessie in the Loch Ness.
Dude, that's a
Big ass
childhood dream of mine today.
Hopefully
Big
we got
ass
that on
monster.
camera.
Yeah.
Just real quick.
North
it
end of
popped
the
its
lake.
head up.
Yeah. And then, Ben's like, hey, we need to get a sit-down interview. Like the recap stuff of like, what are your thoughts on the course? Because we give stuff in real time on the course, but it helps to like fill in the gaps and sit down and talk about it. Those are never efficient.
Right.
Ever. And it's like, and you have to find a good setting. And it's like, there's a lot of times I almost find myself like, you're like 10 seconds. God, because I know I've so many of those, you're like, that's an hour. And it's like, man, that's like add an hour onto this 6 hours already, or 8 or 9, because we stopped for lunch. And it's like, but, I think, like you said, it looks like we just sat down on a picnic table right after the round and just like did that. It's like, it doesn't go like, not that we're doing a bunch of takes. It's just, we kind of got to like,
No, it takes time.
you got to vamp it out a little bit, and then some good stuff will come out. So
100%.
So the key is, can you do that
100%.
day over day over day, and then can you do that over 9 days without like you hating me?
That's what I was just going to
Like
say.
that's hard.
Yeah.
That's where it gets hard. Is like, okay, and we were talking about it today by the lake, by the lock. Don't like you feel like you're repeating yourself. And it's like, well, but only some of these parts,
Yeah.
In some ways, I've looked at that as like, well, you get a couple bites at the apple.
Yes.
Which is a good
100%.
thing.
Yeah.
We don't get that on podcasting. We can get that with the video stuff, which I've almost looked at as a feature now. And it used to like run me ragged of like, oh man, he already heard me make that joke or whatever.
He's not going to laugh anymore.
He's not going to.
He's still my loot. He's still gonna laugh.
No, yeah. It's truly that we all get along and we don't have like just fights that brew, and it's really a credit to everybody, I think.
Well, I'd say planning and then listening on when we talk about things afterwards of like, hey, I didn't like that I didn't eat.
Yeah.
Use that. The worst it's gotten was Scandinavia.
That's exactly it.
What was that course?
I don't know, but it was the
It was after your like apathetic match with DJ
Our pillow fight.
at Falsterbo.
Yeah. when you went to get like cattle
Yeah.
prodded.
That was
Yes,
super-
yeah, with the whiz stuff.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna say that.
Yeah.
I always call it the DeWiz Day.
The whiz day, and we thought there was gonna be lunch, and it was like
It's like, I
some
think they're gonna
chips
put
and
out a
some
spread.
Cokes. I've never you two, you two specifically were like, this ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah.
What I
You
think
guys went on strike
Okay.
for about an hour.
there's a reason
is
why,
sick.
and I know you know the reason why. But I think you and Solly like hung out in town that
Yeah,
morning,
yeah, we
right?
rode bikes around Copenhagen.
So we had a 5 o'clock call
Yeah.
time, so like a 4:30
no,
wake up,
I
and there was no breakfast. There was no lunch because we were rushing over to the DeWiz where
Yeah.
they're supposed to have a spread. And I think what ended up happening is that you immediately volunteered to be like the dummy to try the thing,
Yeah.
and everybody else had to be in the background of the shot. So me and Ben are filming the whole time. And, you and the rest of the guys, not so much you, but everybody's up there eating the chips and the little cucumber sandwiches and stuff. And like, we're still working.
everybody's
then-
feeding at the trough.
And then when we finally get done and we go look for what our lunch is, it was not even crumbs at the bottom of the thing. Like the bowls had been licked. He was holding out because he recognized what was going on. And I looked at him and he was like, literally just gave me like, I got it. And I was like,
we will talk
okay.
about this.
We will fix this, Gene.
Yeah,
Okay.
This
Bunch,
will not happen
bunch of
again.
wankers in here. We will fix this.
This
He
will not
saw it
happen
from the
again.
get-go and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Biggs putting his foot down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been smooth sailing since then.
Yeah,
It
but then
has.
I think we
And
made
that's
adjustments
A good
since then,
example.
right?
100%.
You learn, you get better. Yeah.
But it sometimes it just comes down to the carnal stuff of like, is everybody eating? And
Do
everybody
you get
slept?
enough sleep? And
Did you get a shower?
Exactly.
Well, just because we're all in the same
But you
shift,
probably get that
everybody.
from the army too.
Oh, for
It's the
sure.
same deal.
But this is, I think, there's a little bit of groupthink in this whole. It's easy to fall into groupthink, meaning that like we're all on the same schedule together,
Yeah.
and we're really not, because everybody's pretty much doing like different jobs.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that like, yes, just because like the group is going here and like you're sitting down for a dinner, like people are filming
Yeah.
you guys eating that dinner. And then those people that were filming are like on the side, like trying to shovel it in as fast as they can. So we've gotten so much better at it and like building in the slack to make things happen. So you guys are in the best position to laugh and be funny and play good golf.
Yeah.
And like enjoy it. And the same thing on our side.
All right, I'm gonna hit a hard shift here, Randy. Normally we hit a like, what are you reading, watching, consuming,
This
or do you want to hit the AI stuff?
for sure. I mean,
Okay.
I was in the car with him for, 3
All right,
of
so I had a question.
4 of 8 hours today.
Another question came in. I can't remember if this one was from the refuge or not. How are you planning on navigating tech and cell phones with your kids as they get older?
I gotta say, this is like forefront of my mind right now. It is.
Willie's already got a tablet.
li-
Really? No. No.
having a now 4-month-old, it is. Yeah, I don't know what the right. I honestly, I've been trying to ask people with older kids, and because I don't want to be that family. My goal is to not be the family, and this is no shade if, I don't want to like cast dispersions, but you go to restaurants sometimes or you're out in public and it's like, I don't want the screen to be a pacifier for the child, especially in like social situations where it's like, no, sit down at a table with adults. And this is when you learn to, you don't have to be like engaged in the conversation the whole time, but you need to like be with us, right? I just want us all to be together and not like the kids just over here mindlessly on a screen. And it's something, I don't know the right answer. I've talked to my wife about like, should we have like a box that we put our phones in? Like when we're home, the phone's going here.
Well, you're bricked up, right?
I'm bricked up personally. I've
So
blocked
bricked up.
myself from social media
Yeah.
most of the time, and I look back so fondly growing up when I didn't have a cell phone,
Sure.
smartphone specifically. And I guess I want that experience as much as possible for my daughter. So I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know how to thread that needle between, of course, they're going to get screen time and screens are going to be important for school and to do things. But I want you to I don't know. I just don't want screens to dominate our
Yeah.
daughter. And by extension, me, right? I think my wife and I have to change our habits now that we have a daughter. I don't want her to just be seeing us on our phones if we're like on the couch. It's just, I don't want to have those habits. So I don't know the answer. I would love to hear, you guys are more in it with older children. What have been some key takeaways, best practices? Like, has anything...
So, yeah, we have a tablet. Just got it.
Okay.
Only time it's been used.
Plane?
Twice. Plane.
Yeah.
The airplane. I see it as a tool and
Yeah.
a necessary one. But I agree with you on the dinner stuff. Like at a restaurant, it's like I would rather just not go to the restaurant personally than like bring the tablet.
Yeah.
I don't want it to.
We spend a lot of time playing like tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
Or like,
That's what
I'd
we
rather,
do.
like, it's fine if you're not like
But
actively engaging in the
I
adult
would say
conversation.
Carson gets. She's more touchy about the TV than I am.
Okay.
Where I'm like, I actually have a lot of memories as a kid of like watching a good amount of TV, and I know it's technically the same thing, but
It's really not though.
I don't think
it's
it is.
not.
Like
You're
I
right.
feel like I'm sitting there like sharing. We're watching Trash Truck. Like
Yes.
Petey's really into Trash Truck, and I like enjoy it with him. And I'm always just messing with him about like Donnie and Walter, and then we have like jokes afterwards about it. Now, like you said, what I have to watch is once Trash Truck's on, he's locked in. It's easy for me to start
I
checking the
know.
email machine.
sure.
It's like don't do that. So that's on me, 100%. But Carson, like, so I'm out of town, and she's like, we got Wes now, and she's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, don't beat yourself up. Like, you got to stick Petey in front of the trash truck because like for a fact he's not gonna move for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you need-
so you can
Wes
go
needs some.
give Wes a bath and a bottle. Like, then do it. That's a tool. That's not like, I don't see that as a crutch, if that makes sense. I think it's more like, like the dinner example you gave is a good one. And none of those include smaller screens, which I think I think that if a kid can walk around with it, it's almost like
Well, I
I
think
watch
the
these videos
difference-
with like kids choking,
Yes.
which scares the
Super
shit out of me.
scary.
Is like most of like the stat, I don't know what the stat is, but like majority of the time choking happens when a kid is walking. So if you let them eat while they walk, that's when you're asking for trouble. And so I've been very, very conscious of that, of like, if I'm feeding Petey, now that he's mobile, I'm like, he's got this little tower where he can kind of help us like chop stuff, like he's making dinner with it. So he stands next to the counter.
Yeah.
He's either standing in that tower or he's sitting in his chair. Like, he cannot have food and he can't take food from me and like go in the other room without.
Right.
And I think it's the same thing with the technology. It's like, I treat it like a choking hazard. It's like, don't give him, I'm not going to I'm trying as best I can. Easy for me to say, he's only 2. Like, maybe this gets different when he's 4,
Right,
6, 8.
right.
Like, when it's like, I can't control this as much. But
Well, when you were talking about, having memories of like watching TV, I think maybe one of the differences or key distinctions that in my mind is, if there is going to be screen time, let's make it a shared experience.
yeah,
Instead of like the 3 of us being on 3 separate screens.
100%.
Doing like totally different things. Like, let's watch something together and you can talk, or you know, you can joke about it.
Because Carson, she gets a little upset with me, which I think is fair. Like, I like to watch Squawk Box, CNBC in the morning.
Sure.
Because I get a kick out of like I think it's good TV with like Joe Kernan and Sorkin and Becky's in the middle. Like,
Your guy, Kernan.
Kernan, we saw him out at Pebble. Cracked me up. Introduced myself. He couldn't wait to get out of the conversation. It was everything I wanted it to
Was he
be.
looking past
He's
you?
a Cincy guy. He's from Cincinnati.
Is he really?
Yeah.
No one else at the bar except for Kernan.
I was like, oh, there he is. I
Neil,
told Kernan. I was like,
and
I
me.
want
He's
to.
like,
I
let's
saw
go,
him
let's
on
go.
the list. I was like, I want to meet Kernan. I see him, and I took my shot, Randy.
What was your like opening?
I was like, Joe, Neil Schuster. I run this golf podcast, No Line Up. My partners, these DJ and Cody. I was like, I watch you every morning, man. And he's like, yeah, what do I have to do to get a drink around here? Like, he starts getting pissed at the fucking bartender. He couldn't wait to get out. He's like,
Wanted
they got
to
me
drink
worried.
it.
Doing a show. The only reason I'm here, I got to get up at 4 a.m.
Dude, show is so
doing a
tired.
bunch of interviews.
Oh my
It was
God,
cracking
we
me
know
up.
about that.
I was like, you're just like you are on TV.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
curmudgeon. It cracked me up. Anyway,
Save dinner party, by the way. That
totally big time me, which is kind of
love
like,
that.
that's
That's
like
sometimes
on,
fun.
I was like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
God, I'm kind of happy you did.
Yeah.
Like if he had been like this super nice guy,
Yeah.
oh man, that's not what you look on TV.
you know, there's
It
like
wasn't like that.
there's times in life and in no laying up life where you're like, what? How did we get here? What? How are we here? I went immediately from that interaction that Neil had, and I turned around and across the table, Captain Ron DeSantis, and I was like,
TC's boy.
TC's guy, and I'm
That's
like, you know
boots on.
what? We saw him last year too. This year,
That's
I'm like,
lifts on.
I'm going to talk to him about his. I want to talk to him about his boots, but I think I can play the military card here to get him to talk.
Hell yeah.
And I went straight up and put my hand out. And I was
Waving
like,
the bloody shirt.
I put my hand out and I was like, you hit him with a sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
He hit him with a hard.
It's great to meet you. Thank you for your service. Just to try to get him to like, get in this conversation. And he was like,
You
oh,
thanked
yeah,
him for his service.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, he's like, oh yeah, cool. Okay. Bye. And I was just like, oh, fuck, man. And I immediately turned around like, I hope no one else saw this at all. In the corner, DJ's standing there like, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, then later on, I see Kernan and Captain
Ron.
Ron having
Yeah.
a great chat by the
course.
oyster bar. I'm like, oh my God, that's perfect. So anyway, the whole
Anyway.
point of that was I like to watch that shit in the morning.
Yeah.
And Carson's like, don't turn the TV on,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it kind of helps me get my day
Yeah.
going. And again, though, Tron and I watch Sports Center that's like the only time that Tron and I got along as kids was watching Sports Center in the morning and like waiting for top 10 plays before we our mom like trying to get us in the car and we're like, no, top 10 plays are on like right now.
Well, that's stuff that you
Yeah, it just-
remember. I guarantee you there was
Exactly
cartoons
how I was.
before that.
I know
that you
it,
used
but
to
I
watch.
just, so that's where TV, I push back on Carson a little bit with like, I don't want the TV on at all times during the day.
Right.
And I don't
Well-
want like CNN on and I don't want, Fox on. Like, it's not like I want just breaking news across the screen at all times. It's just like targeted though in the mornings while I'm giving him breakfast. I kind of like having it like my podcast a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe here's another, I talked about like a shared screen experience. Keeping them away from the algorithms, I think is
That's
a
where
big different, like,
that's the big separator.
Yeah.
And I'll say this is TV and streaming and apps, like eventually he's going to be able to control his own remote.
Yeah.
And you're going to be shocked with how many apps and everything that are out there. That's where we're at. And, all the girls, they have tablets, but we have very strict times when they can use them. And honestly, like,
And then what do you park them somewhere?
well, they're always in my office. If you look, like, even in, like, when we have team calls or anything else, like the bookshelf that's in my background, you'll see a purple, a pink, and a red little gummies iPad holders. And that's where the charging station is.
Yeah.
So if they go grab those, that's through dad. Now, the hard thing about screen time, you brought it up, they use them for fucking homework, man.
yeah.
School uses them.
And they do need to be literate with these machines.
right.
We have, the girls get like extra tutoring after school, and they use them for tutoring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so what's the difference between like, not all screen time is bad, which I used to think, but it is getting them like separate from the algorithm, and that's where we struggle because I have 8-year-old girls now, and their friends are already have their tablets and are trying to FaceTime.
Yeah.
And some
But
of them
you were
have
saying you were getting,
phones.
but we were having a meeting last week. And
Her friend would not stop FaceTiming, no matter how many times I've been cancel, reject. I finally went in and had to block the contact, And then I forget about it, so she comes.
now they're not
later
going to
on.
be friends anymore. So
Yeah.
you just ruined it.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things where it's like,
friendship.
but what I will say is we've all talked about this, not on the podcast before, but in person, is when you go to dinners and things like that, this is what it's so important of eating as a family at home. Because
Yeah.
if you teach your kids how to interact and like, yeah, they're kids,
At
but they're
home.
sitting
Yes.
with you at home.
Yeah.
When you go out to eat, that's the normal conversation. Yeah, it's a different setting, but like they know how to interact. They know what to do. They know what's an adult conversation. They know what they can play with. Majority of places that you're going to go to anyway have either, tic-tac-toe or some sort of coloring thing, or if it's a fancy place, they're going to know by then just from watching their parents. That's why it's so important not to be scrolling around them.
Yeah.
Well, and I think I keep dinner sacred. Like no
100%.
TV during dinner. That's always been a big
That was
Yes.
a rule for us growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so maybe I'm bending the rules with the breakfast. Because we're not really eating together. It's like I'm feeding Petey, Carson's handling Wes.
Yeah.
Is usually how the morning works. And so I'm like, want a little background stuff to get the day going. But
Yeah.
It could be worse. There could be worse things to watch in the morning.
There's a little bit of the head start. I kind of flip back and forth between Squawk Box and Sports Center.
Sure.
It's just like a little, it's like comfort food for me.
Yeah.
I think half the battle is just being aware of it.
Yeah.
Like even when we're watching Trash Truck and I know when I'm on I am very aware. I'm like, I should, it's like you should feel the guilt. It's like the minute you stop feeling that way is like, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
there's some scary stuff that's out there without you even realizing it too. Like we talk about travel. We're lucky we travel quite a bit with the girls, and I have them, download movies or a couple TV shows or something like that. But I think because it's a new environment, and when we get to hotel rooms and things, even if it's like, we call it like wind down time right before showers and getting into bed. If we're like all in a hotel, room together and there's only one TV, I have 3 kids that are like fighting over what they want to watch. And it's a lot easier just to be like, well, you have something on your tablet.
everybody.
Like just watch something on the tablet instead of 2 of them crying and the other one like, literally like ha 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 and in front of their face. Turn their tablets on. But that's where I started to realize is that like
two new dads be like, this is how I'm gonna do things. It's like, why don't you just wait, dog?
for
And I
sure.
realize,
But there's a time and a place for everything. What you have to watch out for is like the unfettered access things. Zemi, super, super smart. Before even Yari and I realized it, I came home and like asked us, and every app that they download, like a text message gets sent to us for approval. And like I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, it's during her tablet time. She can do that. And I clicked approve. I had no clue what it was. Turns out it was like the Roblox app. And this is probably a year ago now. I had no clue what it was. But there's literally like anybody in the world can be in this Roblox app and like be talking to little kids. And it's like this whole different world. It's like any other game, but like you can talk and send messages to people. And then next thing you know, you hear about like 60 Minutes did a thing on it, and like how there's all these child predators and things. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, what is this? Delete.
Bricked up.
Lock it all the way
Yeah.
down. And like, Yari and I completely like flipped over and we're like, there's nothing on these. It's sanitized outside of like when we're getting ready to go on
firewall
trips. Yeah, like we will download what you guys can watch on the plane, and outside of that, nothing.
I struggle. I don't know if you guys have ever felt this way. I just have memories of, I think what I'm dealing with, the thing that I'm like sad about right now, Neil, your wind chime and hummingbird feeder, like I want to be able to just like sit on a deck and not have just be outside doing nothing and just enjoying being outside, looking at the trees blowing or watching the birds.
Being present.
Being present. And I feel like I have such a problem. Like the phone is such a digital pacifier for me. And I just don't want, I don't know, I just want to have, I want my child to be able to just sit and be at times. Like, I just think we're losing that as a society, I fear. Because I know I am, and that scares me. So,
Do you feel like you've gotten better since you put the blocks in place for yourself?
yes, yes, but I probably spend like my wife now makes fun of me because I'll be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, oh, I'm just checking like the baseball box scores. It's like I'm kind of finding
Still
other
find
stuff
an
at times.
entertaining way to use the
Yeah.
phone, even if.
But it's
yeah.
not these like Instagram reels that turn into like this guy's
It's not Randy's explore
beating up
page.
this guy or
It's questionable.
no, it just all
Something.
turns into like just stuff designed to like make you angry, like rage.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, and that's
And to
that's
stay
what I
on it.
hate. Yeah. So it'll be really interesting. Keep asking me this question because it's going to be a process.
Okay, talking about rage and getting the big guy upset. We were in the car for 3-4 hours today, and he's like,
He's like, what do you want to listen to?
I asked him because yesterday in the car,
Ed Zitron.
yesterday in the car, I was playing music and things like that. We started out by listening to P-Dye, part 1, which is awesome.
Fabulous. Yeah.
Can't wait to listen to part 2. And then he's like, oh, music. He goes, music or podcast? I said, oh, just put it on the podcast. And he's like, okay, cool. Let me go through and see what I got up next. And boy, oh boy, where did we go?
Well, my guy had Zitron, and
I had to wean myself off of him. He's too.
just the coming AI apocalypse.
He's.
It's all a bubble. It's all fake.
I don't
it's all
disagree with
bullshit.
Ed, but
I know.
he says 5 words when one would do.
It was a lot, and that was my first
He's
exposure.
so angry. God,
He
he's so
is.
angry.
It made me chuckle a couple times though, just because he
It feels
uses,
like a righteous anger, though.
he
Not
uses-
this part.
he
Sure.
uses the term chuckle fuck, which is one of my personal favorites. But
Getting after your Google boys.
very much. He brought up things that like
Take down a Google like a year ago.
he brought up things about AI and the current state of AI that like I guess I don't want to say thought about, but I guess I never put like 2 and 2 together and like figuring out where it was at. So I know this is a passionate topic for you.
Well, and I don't know. I just listen to what I listen, and my opinions are shaped that way too. But yeah, I mean, we were talking a little bit about the SpaceX IPO and
Yep.
how his sentiment is Starlink is a great business, right?
Yes.
And they've kind of saddled it with these shit businesses to try to spike the valuation to raise enough money. Yada,
80%
yada,
of their
yada.
valuation is stuff that doesn't exist yet.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just all
Something.
built on hopes and dreams that, if you're to believe what Ed's saying, you dig into the financials. Like, not only is this like totally unrealistic, like it's bullshit. Like it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a hope and a prayer for these growth numbers, but that's the only play they like. What else?
Yeah.
So
He brought up the
Well,
number
that's
one
just
thing.
what happens when you raise all this money.
right.
Yeah.
And
but
so then, like, well, what's the last stop on the train line? It's like saddle the retail investors.
And
with
I think the stat is like, the AI is responsible for like 94% of the NASDAQ growth in the last, it's like
Yeah.
AI is driving this whole economy. And if that goes poof, it's going to be some serious repercussions in the markets. But I personally think maybe that like we need a bit of a reset. Like it just feels like things are a bit out of control and it just doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So
one of the big things that he brought up, which you continuously hear, is about all these, white collar jobs and how basically middle level management will be completely cut out. And something that brought up in the podcast that I hadn't thought all the way through of is that currently, like a lot of these companies are juicing their numbers based off of a subscription model, but there's no you don't know in a subscription model, you don't know if somebody is their utilization of AI tools is $300 a month or $30,000 a month because it's all run through this one subscription.
Yeah.
And what
They
need
know
to
that,
do,
but nobody else
of course,
does. Yeah.
But in order for these companies to be profitable, they have to switch over to a token model.
Yeah.
And when that happens, and all these companies that are like, we're going to be able to gut out all these, and they get hit with like, yes, in order to have the AI tokens available to do this, you're starting out at $35 million a year,
Yeah.
or $100 million a year.
whoa.
So let's go back to the human.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, you have to pay that up front, and you
Yeah.
have no feasibility on what the actual outcome of it's going to
Yeah.
be, And I had never thought about that part before because the only thing I know from AI is like, oh yeah, cool, go get on fucking ChatGPT or Gemini or fucking OpenAI or any
Yeah.
of the other ones. Like Gronk is on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, you don't realize like, in order for these companies to actually start being profitable, which they're not thinking at all about returns right now, like that's what they need to do. And I
Well, it
don't
reminds me
think
a lot.
companies.
What's well said on the model changing. It reminds me of two things. One, I was in San Francisco. I moved out there in 2012, right when the Lyft and Uber stuff. Like, I think 3 months later it was like, download this app. In San Francisco specifically, getting a taxi was a massive problem. Like, if you wanted to go out, as a 22-year-old, I'm like, I want to go downtown. It's like,
yeah, your boy wants to go out.
yeah, it's like, but like getting home was like, fuck. Like getting a taxi was like really hard to do in
Yeah.
that city. And this was just like, oh my God. And they turned into this war basically with venture capital money where it was like, you could ride home for like $2.
They were underwriting it. At
Oh
the
my
beginning.
God.
Yeah,
It was
right,
like,
right.
just to get usage, you know?
Right.
And for about 2 years there, it was just like, I mean, it was a fucking sweepstakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you were just like riding all over the city for like under $10. Like,
Yeah.
it was awesome. But it wasn't, you kind of knew in the back of your head, you're like, this isn't going to last. And then now you fucking get Uber from the airport and it's like, number one, it's just like the fee is a lot. And it's like tax, tip,
Yes.
this, that. And you're like, hey, everything starts to, like, the pricing has to change,
Yes.
especially once it go public. Same idea would just be like the sports betting stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, just like they were throwing, so the minute they go public,
We'll
it's
give
like
you the cash.
they
Just
get,
come.
you got to get
just
so
come.
disciplined.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like all those deals to sign up for DraftKings or FanDuel used to be like 1,000. Now it's like max you'll see is like $200 for, it's all these fine print on
Right.
what you get for that. So
The other part of it,
I don't think my point there is like, is AI a transformational technology? Like, have I been wowed by some things? Yes, but business is still business. Like,
Yeah.
time is a flat circle.
For
like
sure.
they're going through the same.
And this is to say nothing
Like-
of like the infrastructure, like
No,
just
no,
getting
no.
I know.
data centers built.
well,
with
that's where I was
the
going to go next. Like they don't have
computational power to.
they don't have the computing power to get them.
like me trying to
Available
driver.
Yeah.
the available
Just
data
compute.
centers and space are running into more and more issues as we saw the last month in Utah. Them trying to get what's his name, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Trying to
Kevin
get
O'Leary.
that one built there, and people
And
like
it's-
finally
and it's
standing up and being like, "This is
bipartisan
bullshit."
pushback.
Yeah.
Like, people just don't. Yeah, it's like, what are we doing?
Where I'm at in Texas, like my drive to the house to like downtown Fort Worth, I'll probably pass maybe 6 or 7, what I assume, or I know a couple of them are data centers, just massive buildings. And like the thing that I was listening to about the O'Leary thing and like all the protests out there is like, oh yeah, well, we're creating 10,000 jobs for construction, and then after that it's going to be 3,000 jobs, 3,000 full-time jobs, but over 3 million jobs for the future of it. And I'm like, 3 million? How are you going from
3,000 to 3 million? Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, they're counting on, he's just building the data center. He doesn't know if it's going to be Apple or Anthropic or whatever company is actually going to lease it and use it. He's counting those future jobs that AI, I guess, is going to replace in his numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's not even a 1-for-1 swap.
Yeah, no.
You're killing jobs in order to do that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's nuts. Oh, and because we have to do it because China. Like China's beating
Yeah, we got to keep up with them.
Chinese doing this with fucking 20-year-old computers and
Fast and
space.
loose, Randy.
Yeah, space is not
The
an
strap
issue.
boys with facts today.
And with our money sometimes.
But anyway, I'll say this as somebody who's
It's
been
an interesting listen. I hope
Yeah.
whether you ultimately agree with Ed or
See, I like
I
listening to
feel
shit
like I
like
was
that.
educated.
That I'm like a little bit like, yeah, this guy's going too far.
yeah, for sure.
Where I don't want to say, I don't ever get like even when I watch the cable news stuff, which is just rage bait at all times. I don't ever find myself getting like mad. I'm always like watching. I'm like, I'm able to keep it. What's the word like? I feel sometimes like a referee, like where I can watch or listen to
You
stuff
feel
and
detached.
yeah, a little detached. That's a good word for it. Where I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but you also know your feelings, like your
what I worry about is
you're
like
centered in your
there
thoughts.
are people I know that watch that and they get real riled up by
Yeah.
it. Like either they're like yes, or they're fuck this. Like we need to stop. I'm like, man, this is just not getting that riled up about it. Which then I'm like, am I something wrong with me? Like, am I not? I don't know.
No,
Now I'm rambling
the
a
whole
bit.
point is fucking entertainment.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was listening to some podcast on like which I really had no fucking clue what was going on, but it was like the results of everything going on in Kentucky and Massey getting beat out by like somebody who's again, the guy who beat him is a veteran that like nobody knows fucking anything about.
Yeah.
And Massey's been out there on some stuff. Some of it I agree with, some of it I don't. But he's basically the whole thing is like, okay, so this just pumped massive amounts of money into this to get this, Canada that nobody's ever heard of.
Nobody knows. Yeah.
100%. And like, oh yeah, all these campaign finance laws that are such bullshit. And like they can, you're basically buying, you 100% can buy whatever you want now. And I'm like thinking like, how is this possible? How did we get to this point? And then I'm like, wait a second. So we're talking about how they can buy votes. And I was like, okay, I understand that for like national elections, but for like state and local elections, if they want to keep this money in, like that money is not actually going to like anyone in Kentucky. They're going to like firms in
Yes.
New York and wherever
Specialists.
else, all these specialists to do everything.
Just like law firms.
100%. I'm like, if they want to keep this money in there for these state and local races, which it seems like that's just going to be the way it is, it should be mandatory that like, no, you have to find a business in that state in order to run and service those ads for you. So at least the money is ending up where you're doing all the fucking damage.
Yeah.
Trying to see some good way around it instead of
That's a good idea.
in New York or DC.
Feels like a bipartisan thing too.
You would think so. Like even people that are like, for or against it, like put the money where, if you want to target that, that's fine. But that money is ending up in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that my quote unquote rage, it's not really that. I feel like the end result of like, man, I just wasted 30 minutes watching this stuff on, Instagram, let's say. It just makes me kind of depressed about what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? And I just hate that feeling.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, let's end on a high note.
I got a high note for you.
Please.
I told you this personally. Brother, we are fucking in the shoot. I'm going on a fucking Ibogaine retreat officially.
That's right.
Pending final
Oh,
dates.
you got the dates.
I don't have dates. It's pending final
okay.
dates. I'm going through my final medical review right now, which is going to be
Do you know about this?
a crazy new
Not
experience
that
for me, which I'm
this
fucking
imminent.
pumped.
Yeah. What, any detail or potential details?
Yeah, this summer. This summer it's going to happen.
Okay. Where?
July, Mexico.
Okay. I'm legitimately, that makes me very excited
I know.
for you.
Pumped.
I said I don't care if it's open. I don't care what conditions we're making this happen.
Yeah.
We will cover down. We got to get this guy to Mexico.
That's awesome.
Really
Truly.
excited.
We got to get him to the center of the maze.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
It's a nice reset.
Hell
So
yeah,
that's
man.
all- that's all.
I mean, right
that's all I'm
now,
looking for.
we could both go for a little mushy retreat.
I'd be open.
I'm
Would
so
love to try
curious
it.
about
long
it.
as he
I
gets-
cannot
as
wait to talk to you about this.
Oh, for sure.
I really can't.
Randy, so he's like, yeah, that would be super. I got a babysitter figured out. I got these priorities now, dog.
No, I know it's
My
not
grass-
as easy.
my grass
it's
is
not
all
as easy
fucked
as
up.
it used to be. You know.
Who's gonna walk Arthur?
I love it.
All right. Last thing, I always want to know what Randy's reading.
Right now.
I know you're watching Bravo, but what are you reading?
Yeah.
We know what he's listening to.
Yeah. Now we know what he's listening to, so now we got to know what he's reading.
You might like this. I just read a very, it was, I picked it up to go to Hilton Head. So a very light, kind of feel-good read by a South Korean writer. Welcome to the Hunong Dam bookshop, and it's a
Okay.
novel about this lady that quits her corporate job and opens up a little neighborhood bookshop, which, of course. But where I was going to say, I have a biography that is very intimidating in its length, kind of a dense book. It's a biography of Peter Matheson. I don't know if you know him at all.
The name sounds so familiar. Don't tell me who it is.
Okay, he's probably best known for a lot of his like environmental writing. He wrote a
Okay.
book called The Snow Leopard,
Okay.
where he went to the Himalayas to like try to find a snow leopard, which are super rare. And it's not just that, he's doing the meditations.
Yeah.
They also think he may have been involved at the CIA at one point. Just like
Yeah.
a really interesting life lived.
God, this is sounding like that. What's that movie? Walter Mitty.
Yeah.
That's where you're going with this.
So it's just this really like 800-page dense biography that I have.
Who wrote it?
Lars Robertson, a Canadian author. Peter Matheson died a few years ago, just lived this extraordinary life.
Yeah.
And I read The Snow Leopard, and I just really want to read this book, but it's one that I know I'm just going to have to commit a lot of time to.
Well, I've been deep in this Lawrence of Arabia one. And I know you did you get the audiobook?
Oh
Papa?
yeah, I did.
I saw that on your Spotify.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's good. I'm very much at the beginning portion of it still, but fascinating story. Didn't realize that he was such a wee little guy.
I know. I
And,
didn't either.
like,
But
he's
it's just like a pain sponge.
Yes, out and about, talking about all these different, British oil and
Yeah.
everything. It's fascinating.
It's kind of a
I'm
history
very
of the Middle
excited.
East. This
Okay.
book is. And Jerry Bell, I'm always
Yeah.
taking book recs from him. He was like, cue this one up next.
Okay.
It's pretty dry. It's not like the nonfiction that almost feels like fiction. This is just straight nonfiction of like,
Yeah.
here's what it's very history in college type
Yeah.
of book. But I'm probably 60% through, and I continue to want it's work, but I continue to I'm in the work.
Well,
I'm in the muck,
It's
and I
maybe
like
what
it.
I'm feeling, where
I'm working at it.
you gotta really set aside an hour.
Yes.
Let's say at a time. It's not one where it's like, yeah, maybe I'll just pick it up and read for 15 minutes. It's like, no, clear the next
Dense.
45 to
Yeah.
60 minutes and lock in.
It got me hooked right away. I'm sure you guys feel this too, but when you're reading something about in the past, but places that you've been to, and the littlest mention of something, I'm like, oh my goodness,
Yeah, exactly what it is.
I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah.
When he was talking about a couple places in Cairo and then in Alexandria, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, I've been here.
Yeah.
This is crazy. So yeah, it's awesome.
There it is. What?
That's great. No, I was just gonna say, let me know when you do get through. I probably have to add that one to my queue.
Well, we're gonna have to bring you back in the booth.
I love coming to
Soon.
the booth.
I mean, he's a good witness.
He is.
He answers
Very
the
good.
question.
We weren't too hard on him today.
No, we weren't.
Truly, I appreciate you guys because some of these things are things that just bounce in my head and I don't have great outlet for them
Listen,
day
we're-
to day.
We're just
Sure.
trying to normalize fucking guys talking.
Yeah. Guys talking ticks,
Yeah,
AI.
just stuff happening.
100%.
All right. Well, shout out to Rhoback. Shout out to Mux. Shout out to
Of course.
McClure. And that's it. Go get some sleep.
Sounds
See
good.
you.
Thank you guys for having me.